I watched Empresses in the Palace 800 times. Something tells me something's up, sis. Tea, please. This is trying to poison me. Concubine. With all due respect to concubines, the purity of this crane top bread is too low. Pardon me? The concubine said that the purity of this crane top bread is not enough. And you poisoned it with a famous tea. The color of the tea soup has changed. This company, even the newly hired interns in Taiyuan Hospital can see it. And here's the thing. Empress, you give tea in front of so many people. If something happens to me after drinking this cup of tea, everyone here is a witness. At that time, the emperor will investigate. How are you going to explain, let the sisters here collectively lose their memory? This is the muscle that watched the analysis video 800 times. Memory. Dear sisters and sisters, since everyone is here today, I will borrow the case of the concubine. Give you a simple review. Let you see the gold content of 800 empresses in the palace. Poisoning must first solve 3 core problems first. Where does the poison come from? How to place. Third, how to get rid of it after the fact. Is this palace dreaming? Why is he asking Ben Gong to poison? If any of these 3 links are disclosed, you lose everything. Legal channels and illegal channels. What are the legal channels? In the name that the concubines of the harem can nourish their bodies, get some special medicinal materials from the imperial hospital. Cinnabar. A small amount of medicine to calm large amounts are poison. The key is to take it multiple times. Less each time. This way, there will be no abnormalities in the records of the hospital. Who the hell is teaching whom to be a villain? Love to talk about hair. Just now, the concubine used the clear case reading method. This is the lowest level of means. None of them. What is the advanced approach? Is to expose the target to the poison himself. And the process of contact looks completely natural. For example, adding something to the fat powder commonly used by the other tamper party with each other's clothing. And finally, afterwards. And this is absolutely critical. An expert must achieve 3 points first after poisoning. All physical evidence is destroyed. Second, there are at least 2 alibis. Third, it's better to lay a scapegoat in advance. Like someone who recently had a fight with the target. Happened to be nearby at the time of the incident. So that's the basic theory. Concubine. You didn't do any of these 3 operations just now. If you get 100 points out of 100, concubines can only give you 3 points. Here comes 3 points. It's over. Is he going to ask someone to help me drag it out and be fined heavily? Your first point. Get medicinal materials from Taiyuan Hospital many times. The specific times are more appropriate. My harem career. It started in such a ridiculous way. He didn't stab me to death and had my seat replaced with a thick cushion. Little master, are you with the concubine today? What fairy trick did you use? The concubine actually sent a new paragraph. Although after completing the 800 eyes of my volunteer army, open call people fair calculation routine. Does this mean that life is too comfortable? What should I do if I turn around and use this routine to treat the Buddha? Wait a minute. At their touching level of understanding, snow can't get to my head for 100 years. Hey, go! Who's talking crazy about me behind my back? News travels faster than the speed of light. Less than 3 days. The whole harem thinks I'm unfathomable. Wait, there's movement outside the door. Who is here? The first rainy night came knocking on the door. It's actually a book. Sister Su Baolin. I heard you know that well. What do you want to study? I want to learn how to get the emperor to come to my palace more often. I've been in the palace for half a year. The emperor has been here twice. Once I went the wrong way. Once to add his lost cat. What the hell is this opening? Okay, let's start with the basics. You answer me a question first. You think the core of the favor? What looks good? No. At the heart of the battle for favor is poor information. What you have to do is not to make the emperor think you look good, but to make the emperor feel, come to you. You can have experiences that you can't get anywhere else. It can be sentimental. It can be novelty. It can be a sense that this person is special. You see, the reason why Zhen Huan was able to become a concubine from a promise, it's not because he's the best looking. The harem is much more beautiful than him. Key. It was he who gave the emperor the feeling of a confidant. Play chess and piano. Everything about poetry is not to please. It's about creating dialogue. It turns out that this is how the high-end game is played. But that doesn't apply to you. Because you can't play chess, can't play the piano, can't recite poetry. What's your only talent again? I will turn over the flower rope. Okay, then let's change the route. Take the contrasting route. Since you don't know any talents, then turn the no into a selling point in itself. To be honest with the emperor, the concubine knows nothing. But the concubine can listen carefully to His Majesty's words. In this harem where everyone competes, a genuine listener is a scarce resource. This is the first student in my harem cram school. The second student came even more outrageous. Ghost is widely regarded as the first beauty in the harem. His problem is not unpopularity. It was too much. So favored that everyone wants to kill him. He came to me with 3 wounds. One was scalded by a teapot that was accidentally knocked over. One was smashed by a flower pot that happened to be loose. One slipped and fell on the ground, just dragged. You are being targeted. I know, but I don't know who it is. Who do you suspect? Doubt everyone? Well, that's a good idea. In the harem, doubting all talents is the correct attitude to survival. But you can't just doubt. You have to learn to be anti-intellectual. Come on, I'll get it for you. Lesson 2, Defense. Harem calculations are divided into 7 categories. Pharmaceutical physics, framed isolated, psychological warfare murder, and the most advanced, make yourself feel like you have a problem. What does the 7th mean? It's through long-term psychological cues. Make the target person self-doubt. Emotional breakdown. Finally, make your own mistakes. Empresses in the palace. This is what An Lingrong did to Mei Zhuang. Keep creating small conflicts. Make Mei Zhuang feel that everyone around him cannot be trusted. It turns out that this is the high-end game. Learn to target your situation. At present, the other party is still using the second type of physical means. It means that the rank is not high. High-ranking people don't choose this kind of easy retention certificate. According to the way, so you just need to do 2 things first. Start today. Everything in your palace. Eat, wear, before use. Have your personal tools checked. Second, always take 2 people with you when you go out. One is watching the road ahead. One is watching people from behind. That's it. That's it. Defensive end thing. Often doesn't require a complicated strategy. It takes discipline and habit. You know Jin Huan, why did you live so long later? It wasn't because of how hard he attacked. It's because his defense is almost flawless. Su Baolin, you saved my life. Don't rush to write. I have a copy here. Harem Daily Safety Checklist. 37 in total. You take it back and prepare it. I'm going to spot check tomorrow. The nobles took the list. Expression and getting the college entrance examination paper are exactly the same. And then things got out of hand. I don't know who spread it. Say, I have a secret recipe here. People line up to find me. Sister Sue, why is my elementary school at the time of inadvertently showing off my new gestures? No. The angle is too rigid. Chin raised 15 degrees. Borrow the upper right. That's perfect nonchalance. I taught him 3 angles and the best display solution in 4 lighting conditions. Listen up for these 6 best squat points. The time error must not exceed 3 seconds. The position must be coquettish. Where is this contention? This is simply the relief and retirement of the Minister of War. Attach these 6 coordinate points. Guarantee that the Emperor's wings are difficult to fly. Follow you every day. Teach to meet love. Did the Empress look at the fold and see hello? Misreading the loyalty KPI of the harem. Remember these 3 wealth codes. Words and 5 flattery bonuses. Help you ask NJ's return on investment to directly pull. It turns out that writing please in Jezi is a high income. Yi Financial Products. This wave is sure to make money. My room is from the deserted corner of the side hall. It has become the most lively place in the entire harem. Is this the power of knowledge monetization? The little master can actually listen to it with such relish. Admire, admire. That's called hilarity. Where do you put the gold list sent by the little master bark? In the closet. The cabinet is full of jade bracelets delivered by like men yesterday. They all say that the pearl earrings sent by Ru keep filling the cabinet. Put it under the bed. It's under the bed. That's Liang Pi sent by the late noble. Shu Jin, find a box. Master, we already have 17 boxes in our house. I live in the worst house in the harem. But there is more treasure in the house than in the queen's treasury. It's over. Where is this treasure? This is clearly the admission card of Ju Clan Xiao Xiao Li. Hand-drawn. Everyone wins. I have to keep a low profile. Must be low-key. Start today. Class fee. Dim sum only. No gold or silver. Dim sum only. 28 kinds of court snacks. Did they rob the imperial kitchen? Little master, there's only room for us to stand in the house now. Okay. This is the complete avoidance of being criminalized. Deal with Autumn Moon. You said that being held up to death in the harem can be considered yin gong. Did you die on the job? 17 boxes of jewelry? If this is found out, 100 mouths can't explain it? Mr. Su, don't worry. I am a professional in inventory funds. I invested this money in a few purchases of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Buying projects not only washes away funds, now I can still give cram classes every month. Snack subsidy. Mr. Guan, you are the Royal Department of Dakin, the only goddess of wealth in the School of Education. Today's harem. Damaged, so quiet and peaceful. The real trouble comes from the emperor. Precisely from his confusion and so on. The atmosphere in the harem is not right recently. Not bad. Yes, great. Okay, let my heart go hairy. I used to move forward every day. I'm going to be killed by those trivial husi. Player drowned. Sister Xu Ping, the solution to this problem is wrong. Now there is not a single husi memorial. They are as close as old friends. This harem definitely has a big conspiracy. Your Majesty, The concubines of the harem have been reading by candle every night recently. Oh. What to read? They are reading something called Dripping Blood to Recognize Relatives from the Emergency Hospital. There is also a book called Survival Guide to the Cold Palace. How to Grow Too Many Chickens. Achieve Economic Independence. And there is also a course called Green Tea Quotations Appreciation. And how to do it in 3 sentences. Let the emperor feel that he has made a wise decision. Oral training. The wise man I am proud of. It is actually the routine of unified training in the harem. All of these courses are from the side hall of Su Baolin. Who is Su Baolin? Su Baolin entered the palace for 3 months. Zheng Liupin Wuchang has never seen it. Back to your majesty. You saw it once in the imperial garden during the first snow last month. He was crouching in the corner watching the ant waterfall. You thought it was a palace maid who walked past. I decided to go and see for myself. What is this Su Baolin up to? Cheer up, students. Today we will talk about the 3rd advanced chapter, 7 classic appropriate types of leverage elimination. Write it down. These are all knowledge points. Exam at the end of the term. As expected of me. This logical density is reduced to a blow. The book cover shrinks. Don't block this palace from seeing the key nodes of the 4-digit map. As long as you don't learn, just learn from death. This palace wants to roll them to death. Atmospheric Harem's Volume King Tournament. It's official now. The heart of killing with a knife is not borrowing a knife, but let the person who thinks he is doing it for himself, you have to make him feel it would be good for him to get rid of the target. That way, he will give it his all. Who is late at this juncture? Okay, this burst of rude wine is enough to kill the fun. High end. Cover your ears. Are you really treating the emperor as blind? You are Su Baolin. Yes, your majesty. It's over, it's over, it's over. This book is more complicated than my memorials. There's a mistake. The 3rd thing you wrote, use the old courtyard between the concubines to create conflict. The example you gave is to let GFA frame the poor. Then let the concubine come out to clean up the strict situation. Received the emperor's letter, but you overlooked a cool and refreshing... How did I start grading my homework? What if the emperor himself was the knife? Someone deliberately, in front of the emperor, speak ill of a concubine. Let the emperor personally punish him. This is the highest level of murder with a knife. Because no one dares to say that the emperor's decision is wrong. The emperor is right. I really didn't expect this blind spot. I watched Empresses in the Palace 800 times, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of a concubine. I have never analyzed it from the emperor's perspective, being used as a knife. Your Majesty is right. This one is an omission of concubines. From that day on, The harem cram school has an extra auditor, emperor, and his attendance rate is higher than most concubines. But even more outrageous, still behind. Why did the monitoring teacher make the next paper by himself? Attention class. The linguistic analysis of favorite speech is a required topic. When the emperor was in a bad mood after approving the stove array, don't ask His Majesty what's wrong. That's a proposition. It will remind him of unhappy things. You should say it lower, like this. Your Majesty has worked hard today. The concubine made a pot of tea. Your Majesty, do you want to take a break? Do you understand this set of tricks? It's structured as empathy plus care plus solution. Is there a problem with the direct emotional needs of the three groups? What if His Majesty is in a good mood? It's easier when you're in a good mood. What you have to do is icing on the cake. Follow his emotions. If he is happy, you will be happy. But remember not to be happier than him. You must be happy because he is happy. It's not that I have anything to be happy about. It's called emotional attribution. Then if the emperor comes to my palace, I don't have any expression. That's the best case scenario. No expression indicates that he is in a neutral state. The most malleable. How do you interact with him at this time? Which direction can he direct his emotions in? Mr. Shu, you take my malleable talent. Is the analysis pretty thorough? It's over, it's over, it's over. How do you deal with him in front of the right master? What's the difference between this and jumping on a tiger's head? Your Majesty, listen to the concubine's sophistry and don't explain. Embarrassing air so thick it can be cut into pieces. The concubines are eager to turn their heads one by one. It doesn't matter if it's tucked into the seam. I've dealt with more complicated situations than this. I brushed 800 empresses in the palace. I haven't seen any big scenes. Your Majesty relies on the essence of this course, not to teach everyone how to manipulate His Majesty's emotions. It's about teaching people how to do better, to understand His Majesty's feelings in order to better accompany His Majesty. That works. That works. As long as I'm not embarrassed. It's still the emperor who is embarrassed. Think about it. In the past, when the concubines of the harem did not understand this, do you often say the wrong thing when you are upset? Do you often do bad things with good intentions? With the purpose of this class, it is for everyone to learn to understand His Majesty. So the people around His Majesty, to truly reassure His Majesty, your mouth can speak better than my imperial master. Your Majesty commends. Concubines are just telling the truth. I'm not sure if that's a smile. But he didn't pursue it. Talk next time. How to inadvertently show your talent in front of the emperor. In that lecture, notify this in advance. I want to see what you have to show. The emperor's accession. Let the nature of the cram school, from underground training institutions to Royal Accreditation Education Program. So what happened next? Then let this project, thoroughly upgraded to a national key university. Behind the stage. The last few questions of the midterm simulation paper will be completed soon. Queen Mother Pig. The Queen Mother said she was coming. Queen Mother. That was the last palace champion. When Zhao Zhao was young, he killed all the way beyond the Queen Mother. The hand of cards is more complex than anyone else's. I'm a theorist. He is a fighter. Theoretical and practical police. Definitely going to be crushed into a family. I really panicked. It's not shaking. This is the whole person causing garbage to stand at attention. The Queen Mother came the next afternoon. Great pomp. Let my family see who dares to teach in the harem. It's over. It's over. Gongdu, full level. Patriarch brought his god costume to the novice village to fry fish. Welcome to Empress Dowager. What kind of messy array are these drawings? It's over, it's over, it's over. The last palace champion came to play. You put my family on top. The Queen Mother in the power structure. The Queen Mother is at the highest level. No. The top should be the Emperor. Emperor. Although I am the Empress Dowager. But in the obvious order of power, the Emperor always comes first. The right of the family is not in the position. In terms of influence, you have raised the position of my family. But really, what should be marked? It's Aijiahe, the relationship between each point person. The power of Aija is not above. But where to connect me with the lead wire? I only see the first floor. This old lady is already pulling the network cable on the 50th floor. I have analyzed that. Filming in real life is pediatric. The sample compares with Aija. You are a novice, and the village chief who just came out is still a little tender. These are the notes I wrote when I was young. It records every promise of Aija from promise to Empress Dowager. Move. What is this equivalent to? Equivalent to a college entrance examination champion. I handed you my wrong question book by hand. Aija, read your palace fight prevention manual. The theoretical foundation is very solid, but I think you're missing something. Please advise the Empress Dowager. Practical business affairs are analytical. You yourself can never executed a complete plan. Paper talk and real swords. The gap is bigger than you think. So I decided to stay and teach you a lesson. As a professor, Aija is responsible for good lessons. Responsible for theory classes. I thought I'd heard it wrong. In addition, I want to sign up for an advanced Empress Dowager pit prevention class. What? You thought the Queen Mother wouldn't be tricked. What the AI family is most afraid of now is the future new Queen Mother. That is, now these little girls. One of the children. I have to study their routines in advance. Take precautions. Looking at your extremely serious expression, there was a rush in my heart. A strong sense of absurdity. Is this harem really crazy? I run a cram school in the harem. Students include the princess, concubine. Tong Ting Sheng is the emperor's guest. To be a professor is Queen Mother. Should I consider applying to my own organization? Get a school permit. I teach by analysis, by framework, by logic. Joining the Queen Mother, let the gold content of the cram school float straight up. The way he gives practical lessons is completely different from mine. Empress Dowager lectures rely on stories. Every class, he always talks about a person from his youth, experienced when I was still a noble person. The late emperor had a favorite concubine by his side. Relying on the favor of the late emperor to fly domineering. My family did not confront him head-on, because head-to-head is not good for my family. This is the last palace champion. High-end game? It's too strong. What did I do? I began to praise him. Praise him in front of everyone. Boasting sincerity. The sincerity of the praise. He praised himself so much that he felt embarrassed. And? Everyone began to feel that Aija was a generosity, kind person. In the favorite concubine. Every time I lose my temper with Aija, others will think he is bullying a good person. I didn't do anything. Public opinion is naturally on the side of AI's family. It's called moving forward with retreat. Also called Ice Blade. Certainly. You, Mr. Shu, can definitely make up a better one for him. Academic name. I doubt the real reason he came to be a visiting professor. It's not a pit prevention. It's finding a second life after retirement. After learning for so long, you have to check the results. This palace proposes to have a final exam. I was firmly against it. Once this kind of thing gets big, it will inevitably alarm all parties. The consequences are absolutely uncontrollable. Aija absolutely supports it. Practical testing is the best way to learn. So I gave in. This exam is divided into 2 parts, written and practical. It's all test centers for me to memorize. The first question, green tea, 5 green analysis. Listen carefully. Sister, this dress is so beautiful. It's a pity that the material is old, but my sister wears everything. It looks good. Sure enough, people rely on clothes and horses rely on saddles. This is too pungent. I want to vomit. Question 2. Please design a complete plan for meeting the Emperor by chance. Reasonable location required. Precise time. Props are natural. The way out is complete. Listen to me. Flower, false Level decline. 36 will be arranged immediately. Question 3. If you were framed for stealing the Queen's magazine, the witnesses and physical evidence at the scene are complete. 1 stick of incense. Write your self-help plan. It's finally here. I knew there was always someone trying to hurt Ben Gong. Question 4. Please write down the emergency plan for dripping blood. All 7 steps. Question 5. Discussion questions combine what you have learned. Analyze that there are no permanent enemies in the harem. No friends forever. The practical significance of this sentence, I want everyone to see. What is a full score answer sheet? Full marks in the world. But in practice, the actual test questions are when the Emperor passes through the Imperial Garden. Attract the Emperor's attention in the most natural way. Method of choice. The scoring criteria are naturalness and attractiveness. I gladly agree to be the subject of the assessment. I'm curious that everyone has been learning for so long. How is the actual combat level? I want to see it. Who can get the S card in my hand today? In my lifetime, I have never taken such a murderous walking route. Attention all units. Prey 1 has entered the ambush circle. The practical assessment officially begins. How are you? Why hasn't the Emperor arrived yet? The concubine and the Emperor? Okay. Something came out of the bushes. The perfect meeting of this palace. It's all ruined. Oops. Is this girl trying to kill me in the Imperial Garden? This harem is the worst I have ever led. 0 point. Execution. Seriously, it needs to be improved. The 3rd, the 4th. The 5th concubine to appear. 1 by 1, outrageous. Someone pretends to be writing poetry in the Imperial Garden. As a result, when the Emperor came, he nervously spilled ink on his skirt. Someone is pretending to feed the fish. The result is too much force. The whole person fell into the pond. My harem. What kind of evil spell did you enter? The moonlight tonight. It's beautiful. Appreciate the moon. Do you want to praise the Father day by day? Wow. Real disaster. Coming soon. Concubine Hua's plan is to lose weight on the trail. Wait for the emperor to lift himself up. This is a classic scenario. I talked about it specifically in class. But Concubine Hua made a fatal mistake. He didn't present the plan to anyone else. Oh my lord. The concubine sprained her ankle. Something smashed. Ah! My hand. Ah, for my old demon. Sister, catch me. A perfect match for this palace. Don't pull me. Degree. All the butterflies that I squatted for an afternoon flew away. My imperial garden. When did it become a wrestling ring? The emperor's concubine can't stop the car. Feel. Or a meditation? Safe. What about my teaching achievements? Oh, what about the psychology class? Are these students listening? Su Baolin Yu. What were they teaching? Your Majesty's concubine teaching is theory. As for the actual operation, with constant emphasis on the need for adequate individual practice, final exam. All failed. After the tragedy of final exams, Harem Cram School entered a 1-month rectification period. But the story doesn't end there. Quite the contrary. And he went to a place that I didn't anticipate. Direction 2. Because I have learned too much theory, the concubines are getting too smart. Not the kind of smarts who poison and frame. It's the kind of thing that looks at all the routines so smart. Left anterior, 3 points of nail failure. 4 points in the back right. Splashing tea and drinking. You low-level horsemen. I can write it with my eyes closed. Wait, if I dodge, we'll step on the chain of traps behind. The only way to break the game turned out to be the enemy doesn't move. If the enemy moves, I still won't move. As long as Ben Gong lies flat enough, your routine is all for nothing. Empathy plus care plus plan. Wait, it's all routine tricks? Emperor's concubine. The concubine feels today. What was he feeling? Create a safety list for nobles from 37 items. Expanded to 108 articles. It's watertight. Imperial gift. Level 3 verification is required. First poison test. Second pass material. Third test of feng shui. Good to pass safely. Sister, this trick prepares the ground in advance. I just reviewed it yesterday. Sister's poison, test, surgery, I even memorized the prevention atlas. She anticipated what I anticipated. It can't be counted. It can't be counted at all. Everyone puts each other's routines. I can feel it. The result is a bizarre stalemate. The harem has never been quieter. It's so quiet that I'm starting to worry. Not even the sound of a teacup being dropped. Are they plotting to rebel? Was this expelled by the entire harem? Concubines, here I come. even dragon robes. Is it an invisibility cloak? Su Baolin, what have you done to my harem? Your Majesty, everything about the overall knowledge level of the harem. Here we go. Now every concubine, the concubine's palace fighting theory level is above 80 points. Then why do I feel that life is more difficult than before? Because the previous harem was chaotic. But at least everyone revolves around His Majesty. Now everyone understands. I feel that instead of spending energy competing for favor, it's better to spend time on self-improvement. I'm not the center of the harem anymore. So you mean I was taken by your students? Eliminated. I dare not answer this question, but it is. When people see through the essence of work, they discovered that, Your Majesty, this thing is not worth robbing at all. Concubine Hua now practices calligraphy for 3 hours a day. The Hanlin Academy had to resign overnight after seeing it. This palace's wild grass sky, invincible, then take the stone knife and point it first. The taste of this Western region's drafting is actually a little sweet. Idle leaf litter. You are not allowed to approach this palace within 3 feet. This is the power of paying for knowledge. As long as the abacus is fast. The Ministry of Internal Affairs has to call me Grandma. I turned the harem into a girls' school. Concubines are no longer courteous rivals, but students with their own strengths. The emperor is no longer a resource they compete for. Your Majesty, he really just came to visit. This alumnus, please register when entering. I have lived for so many years. The first time I saw this harem, don't argue. No noise. Everyone is busy with their own business. To be honest, it's much better than the era of Aijia. I was worried all day at that time. I can't even sleep well. Now these kids are at least living comfortably. Su girl, you cram school? Doing a good deed. Queen Mother. The concubine really didn't plan like this at first. Good things don't require planning. I'm going to listen to the poverty-stricken new book sharing session. I heard he wrote a movie called Queen Mother. I have to go see if he scribbles. The small main equipment is really not added. Ruby pricked 80 times with silver needles. This time it's really bad. No crane top red, no red flowers, no cameras. Not because suspicion is toxic, it's because I suddenly feel a little emotional. When I traveled to this harem, I thought I was going to use 800 Zhenhuan, passing on knowledge to save lives. Come, turn over and fight! As a result, I turned palace fights into education, turned to the harem into a school, turned enemies into classmates. Finally found the so-called palace fighting knowledge. The greatest value is not in teaching people how to harm others. They teach people how to recognize injury, how to protect yourself. How can you be in a cruel environment? Find your worth. All of this. It all starts with that afternoon that pointed the country. That thief, Satoshi. I can't get enough of it. 5 people smashed the emperor into a ball of meat. But the picture is too beautiful for me to watch. The tears in the corners of the queen's eyes. This harem is finally a little human. It's just plain tea. Very good, Su Baolin. I have a question. Your Majesty, please say your cram school. Are you still recruiting? The dignified 95 Supreme is like an isolated primary school student. I want to sign up for a class. Not an auditor. It's official. I want to learn how. Let them regain their interest in me. He is the most powerful man. Ask me to do something. Your Majesty, this course teaches how to manage intimacy. Course duration, 3 months, twice a week. Here is the registration form. Please fill in your name and age, and how you feel about yourself in this relationship. What is the biggest problem? Silence for 3 seconds. The 3,000 beauties in the harem are all studying by themselves. No one cares about me. Almost brought out the tea. Okay, Your Majesty. Class starts next Monday. Tuition fee, a box of snacks. Su Baolin, your cram school. Can you change the name? The name of the harem cram school spread out. Where do I put my face? That's called the flag. How about Royal College of Education? Accurate. Little Master, our college. Is there any establishment? Not compiled. But some snacks. The kind of deal that is full. This is the greatest page in the history of banner education. The toughest student in the world can hit me to death. What's the use of sighing? 73 grams to live. Dry weather. The candle is so touching. Finally, no broken strings this time.